Well, good evening. I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Expansion Hours and Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity. Tonight, we're going to talk about past life regression. I went to a CEU class on this weekend on past life regression, but it's really about now liberation, because what I understand in that is we've experienced stuff that's in the ethers and the energy within us, because our soul is all energy. And there's stuff encompassed in there we have no clues in there. But what I opened up to understand is stuff in the past control us today. And something I did, the wisdom I got out of that class was migraines today may be something from a previous life or in the past. And I opened up to this and to realize, how are we so ingrained in our ancestors' ways and we still do things the same way? If you look at the landscape, the leadership of the world still can't communicate with each other. If somebody makes somebody mad, well, I got enough weapons, let's go to war. The world has never learned how to communicate. And with the computers and emails, we are worse at communicating now than any time in history. But however, we have more skills to communicate than any time in history, but we're scared of what other people will say. And we're scared if we change your mind or have a different viewpoint, let go of a belief, we're a flip-flopper. You hear that all the time, and that's the reason you can never be rigid in everything. You got to go with the flow of letting go to hear the glow of the galvanizing, luminary, omnific wisdom of the world. But we get so caught up and stay the same because that's what we understand. We stay in what we know, think, and have always done. And something I've really expanded into, I've let go of learn, think, know, knowledge, all them words that have memories with them. And I stopped hearing the world to start listening for the clarity. And what I opened up to, if I can comprehend what somebody's saying, I'm never defending what I know. And see, that's what I understand in a conversation. When somebody says think or know, they're at the end of their map. And that is all there's going to be. And when I say they're at the end of their map, they're just at the end of their map. See, we've never been showed a way to communicate for the higher outcome. Because when I was growing up, you had to kind of stick up for yourself or things happened and then it wasn't pretty. But things have happened in the past, and we have stuff embedded in our subconscious, unconscious soul, body, cells, everything. The cells of your body have a memory. And see, that's the thing about when people want to quit smoking or drugs or anything. It's a dopamine that the body feels is what the body craves. We try to do it all with the brain and the mind, but it's the body that has to have a new friend. And it has to have something to replace that dopamine, whatever that addiction gives you. And see, addiction's been around since the beginning of time with opium and that. And something we've never really addressed in the world is that, because there's too much undercurrent money made in the undercurrent of life. And that's where we're at. And see, past life regression will liberate you from that. And it's really about liberating the past, present, and future all at once right here. And everything you think happened back there, it's really right here because you're doing it in the now. And if you can bring your life to understanding the now is all you've had and all you've ever experienced, you can liberate yourself from yourself. And like next week's webinar is, everything from the womb to 12 years old is pretty much directed and dictated our life. It did for me. And it just was real prevalent to me. And when I went through the past life regression, we actually were not only the facilitators, we were actually clients. And it was interesting to go back and see what had happened. And I was really amazed. Well, I've done it 3 times. I've been amazed all 3 times. But every time I get to go a little deeper and a little further back or deeper into something to understand something. And it's really about liberation. If you're willing to say you don't have it, you're willing to stay the same. Everybody encompasses stuff they have no clue is in there. And I really have a lot to lot of stuff hidden in there that I really want gone. And once you start having that first breakthrough and breakout, you become ready and willing to dissolve and discharge more. And that's what I really have gotten out of hypnosis and hypnotherapy. I call hypnoacuity. I have really gotten away from wanting to stay the same. Because once you have that breakout and get rid of something in the past, you really become open and willing to feel the thrill of letting it go and dissolve it and discharging it again. It's really about liberation. You know, pulling the past around is like pulling a 100-bottom plow. You just really go nowhere, but you keep struggling and pulling and pushing and prodding, and you stay the same. I did. You know, this is fun. Once I get through it and I can admit it, I get to tell the world, and then I get to laugh. Because it's just a flip-a-ma-jig that happens, and all the flip-a-ma-jigs in my life be gone now. And all that little saying right there, flip-a-ma-jigs be gone now, makes you laugh. And that breaks the thought pattern. And that's what this is all about, is breaking the thought pattern. And we have haunts and representations that we live by. But we think we're this super tough. The invisible is way, way tougher than the human thinking. And here's the thing I like to say. I'm a spiritual energy on a spiritual voyage to expand through whatever. Because I like the spirit and the soul. I like the energy of life because it's uninhibited. The only thing that can that inhibits my life is my thinking, knowing, memory, mind, viewpoints, opinions, and thinking I know everything. Well, I do know everything, but only understand about that much. I'm too shaky to get it down to where it's almost touching. And that's the thing. We don't comprehend and understand how talented we are. We keep thinking, oh my God, we listen to people and we do this. Expand out of your life. Stop listening to hearing people say what's wrong with you. Stop giving people advice and start focusing and really participating, facilitating in your dreams, your desired lifestyle, whatever you desire to experience. It's really about rock and roll and dancing with your dreams. And all a dream is uninhibited thinking. It's just free-flowing, clairvoyant, innovation, ingenuity, intuition, imagination. That's something I really never understood until I went to dream sculpting school. Well, dream sculpting, but dream interpretation with hypnotherapy. Everybody dreams, and our dreams have more to do with our life than we think. Just like our past lives. We've had past lives. But it took me a long time, and really I had to be showed that it was true, and it is. For me anyway. I can't say what it is for anyone. That's one thing I've really expanded of in life. I have no clue what's going on in anybody else's life. And I really just wish them the best, because the more I take on other people's stuff, the more funk and gunk I have in myself. So I want to unfunk my life, get rid of the gunk, and galvanize in the utopian nirvana, keenly expanding through life. And that's a key word for me, is expanding. Expand over change. But what is happening in your life and you have no reason or clue or anything, it may be coming from a previous experience in life. And there's a lot of stuff that happened in our childhood we still don't even have a clue happened. We, in our conscious mind, we are so clueless at what is all inside us that we're afraid to go in there, because there is no map, there is no charts, there is no books that can show you the way through the now and the unknown. But you do encompass the wisdom, ingenuity, innovation, inspiration, talent, wisdom, and all the divine grandeur is within you. Yesterday is the thief of your dreams. When people come in and say, I think this, I know this, that's yesterday. And am I guilty of that? Oh, hell yeah. I don't get a free ride on this. I should, because I'm a nice guy, but I don't. Every day is awakening to let go of something, expand to something, and admire something and go to bed in a blissful state of nirvana, I guess. I put my head on the now quality pillow. Present moment peace is what now quality, that's my word. And I got a meditation called Now Quality Pillow. The whole world is a now quality pillow. And we're just deftly and softly with some bigger vim and vigor strolling through life. See, I stopped walking through life to stroll. That gives you a little pizzazz, you know. You got to have a little pizzazz, some yazza pizzazz and some yazza snazzy savvy. It'll walk you through life in a big, bold, bright way. You get a liminal lingo that really excites you and makes other people quiver and get a little bit fearful. You're rocking and rolling on the liminal landscape, painting and coloring your superconscious scenarios. See, that's something I really expanded of. I stopped having possibilities. I have scenarios. I have possibilities with scenarios, or I just have endless abundances of fun with the super conscious scenarios of my spectacular ceremonies every day. Appreciating life. And that's the biggest thing I think I really expanded into. So I started appreciating all my life experiences. And I got every life experience that I encompassed, I deserved, because I was hardwired to my opinions and viewpoints and beliefs are thieves. And I was too stubborn to listen. And man, was I too stubborn to listen. And really listening for the clarity canonizes liminal audacity to rise me above the threshold of yesterday. But that's what we're doing, is rising above the threshold of yesterday. And it's a trendsetter, hellraiser, rebellious, enterprising, spontaneous, omnific lure dawning a fresh way of life every day. If you open up to facilitate and participate, you'll be willing and open to let go of the past. And, you know, I do past life regression, and my website's right there. My email's Robert@mycowboywisdom. You know, here's the thing. You can either hold on to it or get rid of it. And if you're saying it didn't happen, your life isn't happening. You know, every time I said that can't happen, it happened. As soon as I said it, as soon as I said can't, my subconscious says, oh yeah, what's this? As soon as you say can't anything, it's going to happen. That's an NLP trick. They pull that on you. NLP is interesting. It's really interesting. But what's really interesting is how resourceful, resilient, and robust and rebellious we are. We can raise hell and have a good time and open up the divine time of life. But however, thinking life has been in this lifetime is a limitation. Something I asked myself the other day, how is all the education in the world the greatest thing in the world? But how is all the education in the world the biggest limitation the world faces today? That's a question you have to answer yourself. Me, the education is good, but we lack the wisdom. And see, that's where what built this country, when they went from the East Coast to the West Coast, they had to have some ingenuity to go over the Rockies and all through the plains, and, you know, with everything that was happening, they had to have some ingenuity. And they had to go through the experiences of attaining the wisdom to move forward. Today, we go from school to wherever, and we never get into the wisdom of life. And we just stay in the knowledge and never get the wisdom, insight, clarity, understanding, comprehending the skills of life to expand. And that is where I really have opened up to. And that's what Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity is going to open up: your sovereign expansion, your gifts of liberation to celebrate your life. And I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity, Cowboy Wisdom Expansion Arts, and soon to be a podcast of Cowboy Wisdom Candor. And it's about wisdom, energizing fun, opening people up to discover how unique and how talented they are to expand through life. And thank you for listening, and may your life be blessed with abundance, because you are worthy of it, and your self-worth shines from your heart and soul every day. Thank you, and good day.